and you can see me, okay?
Okay, the webinar is now live. I'm going to share the screen. Okay, it doesn't look like we have any guests in, so we're going to let them come into the room. Hopefully they will. Okay, looks like we have some participants in the room. So I need to go back a slide. We are so delighted that you joined us this evening to hear all about the University of Alabama. This virtual college exploration is for all New Jersey students. And some of the things that we're going to cover here in the next 45 minutes are different points about the University of Alabama. I want you to know that as a participant, your camera and microphone are off. So the panelists cannot see or hear you, but there is a question and answer function that we would like you to use. This session is being recorded, so you are able to go back and view it later. And we certainly hope that you consider signing up for additional presentations. You can find all of that at www.njacac.org/virtual fair. We hope that you enjoy the session, and I'll come back in at the very end of the session. Okay.
Okay, welcome everyone. So I am going to start to share my screen. And when I do so, I will be presenting a little bit of facts regarding the University of Alabama. All right. Here we go. So the University of Alabama is a 1,000-acre top research university that is located in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. This is kind of what Tuscaloosa looks like. This is a photograph of our downtown area. Tuscaloosa is located in the southwest quadrant of the state of Alabama. It is approximately about 50 to 55 minutes southwest of Birmingham, our current state capital. We are about 90 miles east of Meridian, Mississippi. We are 3 hours from Atlanta, Georgia, and approximately 3.5 hours from Nashville, Tennessee. So as you can tell, even though we are in Alabama and we are in a city in Alabama, we are very close to some very big capitals and some very big centers of industry. I just wanted you to know that according to niche.com, we are considered one of the best college campuses in the nation, and that our population in the city of Tuscaloosa is about 100,000 people. We have things that, that happen inside of our city, such as the Alabama Amphitheater, which is located right past where that Alabama sign is. It's down that hill, and it is an amphitheater, so it is an outside theater. Stars like Thomas Rhett, Luke Bryan. I don't know if you're a fan of country music, but Morgan Wallen was actually on campus this past weekend. He attended the football game this weekend. He was at one of our downtown establishments. We also have a downtown theater, which is in our downtown area, which is approximately 1.5 miles from campus. The building that you see right here on the lower left side of your screen is one of our many hotels that are in town, which will accommodate families when they come to visit. We also have our wonderful Black Warrior River, where you can go down to the Riverwalk and participate in some of our jogging trails or exercise walks. You can also go to our beautiful Lake Tuscaloosa and enjoy taking a boat or a small canoe out on the water. So our total enrollment is 37,842. That's lot of students. There are about 33,000 students if you are looking at just our undergraduates. 50 states are represented on campus. I wanted to also point out to you that this year, for the fall of 2020, I sent 135 students from the northern New Jersey, greater New York area. I normally send between a 130 and 160 mark of students. The one fact that I'm very proud of is that the top 10 Bama-bound states that are listed, New Jersey is in fact number 8 and New York is number 10. And since I have a hand in recruiting in both of those states, I feel very proud to have sent a lot of students to Alabama from this area. I'm even more proud to share that I am the current parent of a junior on campus in our #1 public relations program. We have been voted the #1 public relations program in the nation this year. And I'm also the proud mom of a UA graduate. My son graduated from the University of Alabama in May of 2019 with his mechanical engineering degree and minor in aerospace, and he is currently working at Lockheed Martin Corporation in Huntsville, Alabama. Our 2020 freshman class. We consistently are raising the bar as to the type of students that are in that come to the university. So this year, our freshman class has the highest average GPA of any freshman class that has been enrolled on campus. The average GPA is a 3.83. 42% of those students had a 4.0 high school GPA. I also wanted you to know that 40% of our students are on some sort of academic scholarship. And I'll get to those scholarships in a minute and tell you how important those are and how we make scholarships accessible for all of our students. Another statistic that we are very proud of is that in this freshman class, we have 221 National Merit Scholars. We have over 800 National Merit Scholars on campus currently. I can also tell you that we are #2 in the nation when it comes to public universities that have National Merit Scholars on campus, and #5 overall for all colleges and universities. And that is quite a prestigious claim. Our undergraduate admission application is currently open. It's been open since middle of July. We normally open our application in the middle of July, and then it will close in at the end of June to get ready for the next year. What you need to apply is our application and your official transcript. I'm going to skip down to the second point, which I know will make a lot of you very, very happy. We are test optional for the fall 2021 semester, which means that if you do not have a test score, you do not have to stress over sending us a test score or trying to test to get that test score. If you have a test score and you choose to send it, that's fine. That's why in the first bullet point, I have it in parentheses, because if you have a test score and you want to be considered for admission and scholarships with that test score, you sure can. It will not hurt you to send your test score. It can only help, but it will not give you an advantage. We are going to be looking at your application holistically, which means that we are going to be looking at your school profile, at the what your school writes down as to how your school is made up. We're also going to be looking at the courses that are available for you to take at your school. And then we're going to be looking lastly at the courses that you do take. So we will be looking at your transcript. So we're going to take a look holistically at those 3 points and then determine your admission if you do not have a test score. We do not, and nor have we ever needed any essays or letters of recommendation from your counselors, employers, coaches. None of that is needed. The best thing that you can do is just apply using our own application. We are not part of the Common App or Coalition App. It will take 10 to 15 minutes to fill out the application. And then you request your official high school transcript from your school counselor, and you're good to go. The one point I want to stress is that we need you to be admitted, and we need to have your scholarship application completed prior to January 15th for full scholarship application. What that means is that normally our competitive scholarship application is normally we just have some options, a few options, whether it be departmental scholarships or niche scholarships or alumni scholarships. Well, this year, because of our test optional feature, we are featuring what we are calling the UA academic, competitive academic scale scholarships. I'll get to those in a little bit after we go through our academic programs. So we have approximately 70 undergraduate degree programs. We offer over 200 majors, which you can apply for. We have 9 schools and colleges. So we technically have 8 schools. And then we have 1 school, which I like to call our school without walls. New College is part of our College of Arts and Sciences. And that college allows you to create your own degree. I love to speak about New College because if you really have a career goal in mind and you know exactly what you want to do when you get out of school, but you don't feel that any one major fits the parameters of how you can get to that area, what's best is that now you can create your own major. You will be able to speak with advisors across the academic board, whether they be in the communications school, business school, engineering school, arts and science school, any one of our other 8 schools, and they will all pull together to create an academic profile so that you would be able to graduate with the major of your choice that you had a hand in critiquing and coming up with. So I really enjoy New College and the ability that it gives. It gives the students such flexibility in what they can and what their outcomes can be. Along with our Honors College that provides a smaller learning environment and smaller class sizes, we have 7 honors programs that are part of that. We also offer undergraduate research. We are one of the top research universities in the country, and our research, our professors, and our student availability to do research really reflects that. So a little bit about our Honors College. So as of right now, you need a 3.5 GPA or higher to gain entry into the Honors College. And I know right now it's stating that you need an ACT or an SAT to do that. That's why I said if you have the score, that's fantastic. But if you don't worry. They are reevaluating the parameters and there should be an update to that very soon. We only went test optional last Thursday, so there is a little bit of work that we do need to do, but we wanted to have that decision out to everyone who is applying to make sure that everybody would have that information as to not stress those fall 2021 entering freshmen. To apply to the Honors College, you will need to access their application once you're admitted, and you will need to provide an essay. The essay is going to be a short personal statement. Everyone asks me for the prompt beforehand. No, I cannot give you the prompt beforehand, nor do I know the prompt beforehand. So I wish I could. But basically, it's going to be something like how you would be a contributing member of the Honors College. So if you want to think of something along those lines, that might be able to help you. The essay is not going to be, it's not going to be a 2 or 3 page essay. I remember it being maybe 700, 750 words. They might have even shortened it by now. So it's not going to be a big drain on you. The other thing you have to remember is that if you want to apply to the Honors College, you must be admitted to UA first before you can apply. People constantly ask me, well, what's the benefit of applying to an Honors College? Well, the benefit is that you can have smaller class sizes. At UA, the class size, the average class size is about 23 to 1. And then if you are in a more specialized major or program, let's say nursing or social work or engineering, those upper level classes are going to be a lot smaller than that. But that's why we always say that that's the average. But if you are an undergraduate and you're looking to take some of those general education classes, you can take some of them as an honors college student, and those classes will be smaller. They will be between probably 16 to 22, maybe up to 25. So that's a really nice sized class to have. You're going to have the best professors that we can offer on campus. You're also going to be able to live in our honors residential community, which is our Ridgecrest dorms. They are part of our suite style dorms, and Ridgecrest is only going to be for honors students. That doesn't mean that you have to live in the honors college dorms. You can live anywhere you want, but it gives you that access in case that you do. You will also have access to honors advisors. So not only will you have an advisor for your major, you will also have an honors advisor when you go over to Honors Hall, which is located on right around the ring of our quad. And that is where you would be, just like these students are here, they're hanging out. This is, of course, is pre-COVID. I don't want anybody to get crazy that we're not wearing masks on campus, because we are. But they can gather, and they have small little groups where they have discussions, and they have great communication. They have little areas where they can get together. You can make an appointment to meet with your advisor, hang out. There's also undergraduate research opportunities that are available just for honors college students, and of course our education abroad programs. Honors College has their own, as does each of our 8 individual colleges, as does some of our individual majors. I know, for instance, in the Communications and Information Sciences School, they have the creative media major has a program that goes to Ireland and does documentaries and film work. And our news media majors and our PR majors go to France, and they spend 2 to 3 weeks in France, and they attend the Cannes Film Festival, and they have a very unique experience studying the culture and how to communicate with people in France. So every experience is a very neat one. And here we're going to take a little bit of time to discuss some of our campus resources. So we have our very large and robust Career Center. You can begin using the Career Center as a freshman on campus, which I think is a wonderful idea. It's great that you would be able to, excuse me, go to the Career Center, have somebody look over your resume, maybe even ask for help initially and say, I don't even know how to construct a resume. Can you help me? They will help you do that. They will help you set up your LinkedIn profile. They will take your LinkedIn profile picture. They will also do mock interviews with you. So it's a really great resource for you. If you are interested in internships, University of Alabama is #2 in the nation when it comes to internship placement. That always surprises people when I tell them that, but it's because of our Career Center and the outreach that they have to organizations, and how they really, when they get internship requests, they really cull that list down, and they make sure that only the most reputable companies with the most reputable opportunities are being sent out to students. When you set up your account through Handshake, every day you will be able to get an email regarding internships, no matter what your major. And then not only do you have the large Career Center that is in our Ferguson Student Center, many schools, I know that the engineering school, the business school, and the communication school, to name just 3, have their own satellite area. They have somebody working on internships, and especially the business and engineering school have someone, they actually have a mini Career Center inside of their buildings. Our Capstone Center for Student Success. This is a place where you can go if you need assistance with writing a paper, doing your math assignment, doing homework. This is where you're going to get that one-on-one tutoring experience. Even now during COVID, it's going to be a little bit more dicey to try to figure out how to do this, but you will be able to still meet with somebody to be able to get one-on-one help. This is also where our Crimson Edge program is located. And that's also, we have our Student Support Center also in there so that you can be provided with support in case you need it. Our first year experiences, so we have programs like our Camp 1831 and our Bridge program. We also have Freshman Forum, Ignite, Mentor Up. These are campus experiences that are just focused on freshmen that have staff and upperclassmen working with freshman students to make sure that they are connecting to places on campus. Studies have shown that as long as students are making that connection and they're dialed in and they start to grow roots in their new home, that they will be successful. University of Alabama has an 88% retention rate after the first year. It's higher than the national average, and I think it's all due to these first year experiences. If you need some sort of assistance on campus, if you have an IEP or a 504, we have our Office of Disability Services that will help you get to continue those services on campus. We have, of course, our Student Health Center for all of your needs in case you get sick on campus. And we have our Parent and Family Programs, which so generously throws a family weekend, and they have lots of other parent and family events throughout the year. Fraternity and sorority life is a big deal at UA. We have the largest fraternity and sorority community in the nation. But that doesn't mean that everyone on campus is part of that. Remember I said we have 33,000 students on campus. Well, only approximately between 33 and 35% are involved in a Greek organization. And now that can mean not only our social Greek letter organizations, but also our academic Greek organizations, because majors like engineering and the business school also have fraternities that are professional fraternities and sororities that deal with just those majors. So don't think that if you want to be part of the Greek system, it would only be a social activity. You can do both if you want to do both. I know plenty of students who have, and we have our 4 Greek governing councils that cover that. I can also tell you that the UA Greek system has donated more than 1 million service hours to the town of Tuscaloosa over the past year. That is incredible, thinking that campus life ended back in March. So they technically were only on campus from August to the middle of March. So I applaud the students that are part of this, that are part of the Greek system. So everyone always asks me, what does housing look like? So this is just some renderings of what campus housing does look like. Once you are accepted for admission and you are an admitted student to UA 25, you can submit your freshman enrollment deposit. That just saves your space. It does not commit you to the University of Alabama whatsoever. It's just saving your space there. It's a $200 deposit. The next step is to submit your housing application and deposit. That step, submitting that application, is time-stamped. So the earlier in the process, and our priority housing registration has opened, it's from October 1 until February 1. And that housing application is time-stamped. That will determine when, in May, you will be able to log in to your pre-assigned date and time to pick your room and your roommate. Even if you decide not to go to UA, you would be able to get part of your housing application deposit back. You'd only have to pay the $35 processing fee. It's a great way to make sure that if you want to be the one in charge of your housing determination, if you would like to do that, that's how you can make sure that housing doesn't pick where you want to live. If you decide to put your deposit in after February 1, the Office of Residential Housing and Residential Communities will be the one that will determine where and whom you're going to live. And again, I'm just going to move this out of the way. So now you can also see right here. This is our double occupancy with a private bath. That is John England Hall. That's what a room looks like there. And here is our suite style living. I mentioned Ridgecrest. We also have 4 other non-honors housing areas that are suite style. And then our double occupancy community bath, that would be our traditional housing. That is the girls' dorm is Tutwiler. That is one like that. And there's also Bryant Hall and there's Patey. Those are just a few. You'd be able to go to housing.sa.ua.edu and be able to get more of those choices. I just love this. It just kind of just speaks to me, saying that Roll Tide is everywhere. She's had the opportunity to travel, and she's just looking out over the vista, and there's just so much that she's accomplished, but so much ready to move forward on. Our legends. So our tagline is "Where Legends Are Made." We have had many legends come through our university. And of course, these are just a few that I like to just speak about. Mark Ingram, of course, was one of our Heisman Trophy winners. Derrick Henry is another one of our Heisman Trophy winners. Joe Namath, who was the quarterback of the Jets back in the day. He is another one. Reese Davis. Reese actually comes back to campus, and he does talks for our communication and information sciences students. He was a graduate a few years ago. Marilyn Hewson, I believe I mentioned her earlier. She is the CEO of Lockheed Martin Corporation. There are some other great authors, some great CEOs, some great directors. So no matter what you want to major in, you can come to the University of Alabama, where I call you a future legend. And then when you graduate, you are on the precipice of being one of our legends. I mentioned this, I touched on this briefly before. Our Education Abroad program. We have connections in over 60 countries on over 6 continents. We have more than 300 unique programs. They are offered every semester, including summer. We are affiliated with over 200 universities internationally. Discover your passion. That's what college is about. It's about awakening that something inside of you to develop who you really are. And at UA, there is something for everyone. Whether you want to be part of our $1 Million Band, be part of our UA Bamathon, be part of our race car team, our Formula SAE team, or be part of one of our club sports or one of our dance participants. There's so much for you to do. We have over 650 clubs and organizations for you to be part of. We offer 34 club sports, and we offer intramurals as well. Our cost of attendance is going to be approximately $44,000. Our tuition has stayed the same from last year. It's approximately $30,250. The FAFSA is open, so if you'd like to, that's for your federal financial aid. You're going to have to fill that out if you want to be considered for federal aid. January 15th, again, that's our priority deadline for our scholarship application. Your final financial aid package will be given to you in or around March 1st, along with any of those competitive scholarships that you applied for by January 15th. And yes, this is May 1 is your test score deadline. Just in case you do have a test score and you want to update your file, you can. That's the last day that we will accept it. So these are our merit scholarships. These are the scholarships that I was speaking of before. So right here, you're going to see that the GPA and the test score are tied to the dollar amount. Our scholarships go from $6,000 all the way up to $28,000. So as I just showed you with a tuition of $30,000, that makes our cost of tuition, if you receive a scholarship, extremely affordable. Now I know what you're going to ask me. Well, what if I don't have a test score? I've got you covered. So that's here. So if you fill out your competitive scholarship application, I just want you to know that you will be considered for both. And what will happen is that you will be given the higher amount of whatever scholarship you qualify for. So let's say you qualify for only an $8,000 scholarship if you reported your SAT scores. But if you completed the competitive academic scholarship application, and through the evaluation of your core GPA and you are considered one of the best scholarship applicants, you qualify for, let's say, a $24,000 scholarship. Well, then you will receive that scholarship. We will always give you the higher amount. If you have any other questions regarding this, the competitive scale compared to the merit scale, please feel free to reach out to me. And of course, everyone comes to the University of Alabama to be part of the Crimson Tide and watching them succeed. So not only do we have wonderful programs, do we have national merit scholars, are we #2 in the nation for internship placement, but we have 15 NCAA Division A teams. We have 17 national championships, and we are in the top 25 of producing drafted pro athletes. So come to the University of Alabama, where legends are made. This is my contact information. I would ask you to please take a picture of it. If you'd like to reach out to me, this is how you'll be able to reach me, by either email or by phone. And roll Tide, y'all. So now I'm going to refer to, if there's anybody in the Q&A, if anyone has any questions for me. You can start to type them in now. Wow, I answered all of your questions? That's amazing. Well, I am really happy that I got to connect with you guys during this time. I know hasn't been easy when you're trying to look at what you're doing and how you're doing this, and everybody's on Zooms, and you're not sure about visiting schools and all of that. But please reach out to me if you have any questions regarding the University of Alabama. I'd be more than happy to take you through we have virtual information sessions. We have virtual campus tours. I can tell you about my own children's experiences. I can tell you about experiences from other students in New Jersey, to make your decision to see if this is going to be the place where you want to apply and continue your academic journey.
Thank you so much, Judy. I learned an awful lot. Sounds like the college offers so much. So if you would like to listen to this recording again, or share it with a friend or family member, or sign up for additional sessions, please go to www.njacac.org/virtual-fair, and you'll be able to sign up for additional sessions or listen to this recording. When we close this screen out, there is going to be a quick 4-question survey. We'd appreciate it if you answer that. And thank you so much for spending time with us tonight. Have a great evening. Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. Best to you, Judy.
Yes, to you. Thank you so much.
Oh, my pleasure. It was enjoyable.
Thank you.